One of the fun things about growing daylilies is you get to take pictures of them and share with your family and friends. We take a lot of pictures here at the nursery for use in our catalog and the website. Over the years, I've definitely taken thousands, if not tens of thousands, of pictures of daylilies, and a few of them have actually turned out okay. So I thought I would share with you today 5 tips for taking good pictures of daylilies. Before I get into the tips, I just want to let you know that in today's video I'm going to be using my iPhone to take pictures with. This is pretty much what I use all the time these days. I've used digital SLR in the past, and those are great and offer a lot of additional features, but most folks have a camera with a good phone on it, or excuse me, a phone with a good camera on it, and so I just thought I would use that today, and that's what I'm going to be using. Let's do that. So the first tip is you're probably going to want to shoot in the morning. I typically shoot between 8:30 and 9 or so, and I normally wrap up by 11:30. After that, it looks like the sun just gets too bright, and the pictures just get too bright and don't look good. And then in the afternoon or the evening, you can have good light again, but oftentimes the daylilies don't look their best in the evening because they've sat out in the sun all day. So for the most crisp and bright colors, in the morning is going to be the time you're probably going to want to do your pictures. So the second tip is to pay attention to the sun or the shade, because your pictures are going to look quite a bit different potentially if they're in full sun versus full shade. Some varieties may look better with a little bit of shade on them, and particularly the dark varieties like this one here. But you know, like I say, they're just going to be different depending on how much sun or shade is on them. This is the variety Jungle Beauty, and I'm going to take a picture of this bloom here, which is in the full sun. And then just right on the other side of this planting here are some blooms that are in the shade. So I'm going to take a picture of those as well. And you'll be able to see just the difference in this one, sun versus shade. We'll put those pictures up at the end of the video. So you saw what it looked like in the sun, and here's a video, a little shot of it in the shade. So you can see it looks quite a bit darker. You don't see as much red in the bloom as you did in the sun. You know, now which is a better picture? I don't know. Which is more accurate? Well, it depends if you're looking at it in the shade or the sun. That's accurate in the sun, and this is accurate in the shade. But just something to keep an eye on, you know, pay attention to the sun or the shade that you're shooting in. All right, so this third tip is probably something that you would notice on your own. It kind of, when you look through your camera, you're going to see which way looks best. But I like to shoot daylily blooms primarily vertically. Just seems like they fit better into the frame if you do them that way. So I'll be shooting like this. This is the variety Panic in Detroit, and I like to shoot it vertically like this. So number 4, pay attention to what's in the picture other than the daylily bloom. I don't know how many times I've taken a nice picture of a really beautiful bloom, and then I get back later on and look at it, I'm like, well, I didn't notice the weed in the back. I don't know if y'all have weeds in your gardens, we occasionally do. Or the big spent bloom right behind it, or whatever it is, something that's like, you know, if I take it just a second to pull that out. So I'm going to take a couple shots here. This is the variety Regal Braid. Got a really beautiful bloom here. I'll take one and I'll show you what I'm talking about with some stuff in the back, and then we'll take one. Yeah, for instance, you can see, you know, these leftover blooms here, and I don't see any particular weeds here, but yeah, these are going to show up in your picture just like the beautiful bloom. All right, so I'm going to take off these dead blooms. They call this deadheading, and it's strictly cosmetic. It doesn't do anything as far as prompting more blooms. I think some plants that may be the case, but not with daylilies. This is just, if you want to do it, you can. If you don't, it doesn't make any difference. But I'm going to do this just to make sure this stuff is out of the way of. So, and the last tip is to try something different with your pictures. You know, obviously the ones just to the bloom are awesome, but there's so many other things you could do. You know, if you could catch it after a rain, get some raindrops on it, or you can bring out a spray bottle and put your own water droplets on it. Those make for great pictures. We do a photo contest every year, and we get lots of photos. We have a category, people or animals with daylilies, and so we get, you know, folks who've drug their kids out and took pictures in the garden, and their grandkids and their pets, and then folks will find, you know, a frog sitting on a bloom, or some other animal, you know, in the gardens and whatever. And all of those things just make it more fun, just something to make your pictures a little bit different than just, you know, just the bloom. If you're interested in our photo contest, that runs every summer, June through September or so. Details are on our website. You can win some free daylilies. And if you have any questions about taking pictures of daylilies or about daylilies in general, be sure and reach out to us. You can put it in the comments below or give us a call at our website, all the contact information. And thanks for watching.